How's it going this morning? My name's David Gibson. I'm going to talk about Spencer Silver and Art Fry and their joint invention called the Post-it note. Now, the story of the Post-it note begins with Spencer Silver. He worked for 3M as a chemist. And I guess you could call him a tinkering turtle at 3M. And he was tasked with creating adhesives. And he was actually looking for a nice, strong, solid adhesive, because that's what 3M wanted. That was their business model. They wanted something that you stuck on and it wouldn't go. And he ended up coming up with a nice, weak adhesive. The adhesive 3M considered was garbage. They couldn't find a market for it. But this tinkering turtle, he had a thought that there was a potential for this weak adhesive that could be used somewhere. And so it sat, just like we saw Steve Johnson's presentation on where ideas come from, it sat as that slow hunch. It was an idea that needed another idea to come along. And so he invented it in 1968, and 69 went by, or 70 went by, and that turtle was still there. That hunch was still there. You know, it says, calm down, not yet. 71, 72, and then another man named Art Fry, who also worked for 3M in a different department, was a man with a need. And in 1973, he had an issue too. He enjoyed going out. He was in his church choir, and he would sing in the hymn, or sing in the choir, and he would mark places in his hymn book with bookmarks. But a lot of times, flipping between the pages, the bookmarks would fall out, and so then he'd have to fumble in the middle of service to find the hymn that he was supposed to read. And he said, "Wait a second." The tinkering turtle said, "Hey, I've got this weak adhesive." And he said, "I have paper that falls out." And they brought those two ideas together. And he said, "What if I stick this weak adhesive on this paper? Maybe it will stick in the book." And so Art Fry put the weak adhesive on the paper, and the concept of the Post-it note began. And it progressed from there. The turtle began walking. And then the turtle started running. The two joined together, and they said, "I think we got something here." They went to 3M, and they started marketing a Post-it note, a piece of paper with a weak adhesive so that you could take it off and reapply it, take it off, reapply it. You could take it out of pages of a book without ripping the pages. It could become, brainstorming, ideas get posted everywhere. Art, I've seen art decorations using Post-it notes all over the place. So these two turtles, these two ideas, it took time, but one brought the adhesive, one brought a need for paper that wouldn't fall out of a book or rip the pages, and they came together and they birthed the Post-it note. And I think we've all, at some point in our life, used a Post-it note. I certainly live by Post-it notes. I have plenty right here, on and off. And if anyone would like to take this true invention and innovation that I think has changed the world, I can't imagine that there have been tremendous uses of this as far as people putting ideas and just jotting moments of inspiration down. And if someone really has an idea right now, I've got the Post-it notes if you want it. So that is my presentation on how the Post-it note came to be. And